Travel is one of the most popular pastimes throughout the holiday season, so why not spice up your next vacation with a macabre theme? This list looks at 5 of the scariest places on the planet, many of which are unlikely to be known by the average person. Stick around for number 1, you won't be disappointed. Kicking us off at number 5, Hill of Crosses, Lithuania. The Lithuanian national pilgrimage place is the Hill of Crosses, also known as Kryžiai Kalnas, which is located 12 kilometers north of the small industrial city of Šiauliai. Hundreds of thousands of crosses stand on a small hill, representing Christian devotion and serving as a legacy to Lithuanian national identity. The origins of the initial crosses are unknown, but despite numerous attempts by occupying communists in the 20th century to destroy the hill and remove the crosses, they continue to appear in large numbers. While the subject itself is not frightening, the idea of a hill with mystery crosses sprouting is a little unsettling. Number 4, St. Louis Cemetery. It would be wrong to write a list like this without include at least one cemetery. The name St. Louis Cemetery refers to 3 Roman Catholic cemeteries in New Orleans, Louisiana. All of these tombs are above-ground vaults, with the majority built in the 18th and 19th centuries. The above-ground graves, which some argue are necessary since groundwater levels make burial impractical in New Orleans, are evocative of the tombs at Père-Lachaise Cemetery in Paris. St. Louis Cemetery Number 1 is the oldest and most well-known. It has been in continual usage since its inception. Individual tourists should not visit the cemetery alone due to crime threats. However, tour groups can do so safely. The renowned voodoo priestess Marie Laveau is thought to be buried in the Glapian family vault. Other notable New Orleanians include Bernard de Marigny, the French Creole playboy who introduced the game of craps to the United States, Barthélemy Lafon, the architect and surveyor who allegedly became one of Jean Lafitte's pirates, and Paul Morphy, one of the first world chess champions. Delphine Lalaurie, the deadly socialite, is also said to rest here. Number 3, Leap Castle, Oubliette, Ireland. Leap Castle is an Irish castle in County Offaly, approximately 4 miles north of Roscrea. It was built in 1250, and the Darby family inherited the castle through marriage in 1659. Many individuals were imprisoned and executed in the castle, and it is reported to be haunted by several specters, the most terrible of which is a little hunched figure, whose apparition is accompanied by the decaying stench of a decomposing corpse and the scent of sulfur. Workers nearby uncovered an oubliette, a dungeon where individuals are locked away and forgotten. There are spikes at the bottom of this shaft, and clearing it out required 3 cartloads to remove all of the human bones. According to the article, the workmen also discovered an 1840s pocket watch among the bones. There is no indication that the oubliette was still in use during that time period. Restoration work is being done, making this a great future tourism destination. For our penultimate visit to our spooky locations, European ossuaries, Europe. An ossuary is a chest, structure, well, or site designed to provide the last resting place for human skeletal remains. They are commonly utilized if burial space is limited. Ossuaries may be located and visited throughout Europe, which is great for those of us who enjoy the macabre. Perhaps the most famous are the Catacombs of Paris, a massive network of skeleton-lined caverns beneath the city's streets. This shot was taken at Santa Maria della Concezione dei Cappuccini, a church in Rome, Italy, that Pope Urban VIII commissioned in 1626. The remains of almost 4,000 friars can be seen there. Some of the skeletons are complete and dressed in Franciscan habits, but for the most part, individual bones are employed to construct intricate ornamental decorations. This is only one of the many magnificent and eerie ossuaries to see. We've made it. If you're still here, give us a thumbs up and say hi. Number 1, Mary King's Close, Scotland. For years, the hidden underground passages of Mary King's Close in Edinburgh's Old Town have been cloaked in myth and mystery. Ghost stories and murders abounded, as did myths about plague victims being walled up and left to die. In 1645, the Close's life was permanently changed. The plague attacked this small hamlet, and according to legend, the local council resolved to contain it by imprisoning the sufferers. bricking up the clothes for several years and leaving them to die inside. This is most likely why the street was given the nickname Street of Grief. It undoubtedly has a reputation for being haunted. One ghost of a little girl named Annie has become somewhat of a local celebrity. In 1992, just after the rediscovery of Edinburgh's hidden city beneath the city, Japanese psychic Aiko Gibo visited Mary King's Close, and in one room reportedly felt the tugging hands of a girl abandoned there to die during the plague. Aiko Gibo left a doll for Annie, which set a trend for others to follow. Sadly, in 2019, the doll that Aiko left was stolen. Saddened by the loss of her favorite doll, she now has a room full of gifts left for her by visitors. So, if you ever visit Mary King's Close, be sure to take a gift for Annie.